Just like multiplication, the basic rule for dividing radical expressions is just like the basic rule for taking a power of a quotient. The nth root of x over y is equal to the nth root of x over the nth root of y. This is the same rule as the rule that says the power of a quotient is the same as the quotient of the powers, just rewritten in radical notation. So what do we want to do if we want to divide radical expressions and give the answer simplified? We're going to work through an example and explain the process as we go. Let's suppose we want to simplify this expression with several radicals in it. The first thing we're going to do, if we start out with separate radicals, is combine the radicals and simplify the rational expression inside. So when we combine these radicals, we'll have the fifth root, 18x squared y to the 14th, over 16x to the 11th y to the 7th. Okay. Looking at common factors. 18 and 16 have a common factor of 2. So in our answer, the coefficients will be 9 and 8. X squared and x to the 11th have a common factor of x squared. So we'll be left with x to the 9th in the denominator. Y to the 7th and y to the 14th have a common factor of y to the 7th. So we'll be left with y to the 7th in the numerator. So that's already a great deal simpler. And now we'll separate the radicals again, or if they were given to us combined, we'll separate them for the first time. And we'll rationalize the denominator. So we'll have this expression. In order to rationalize the denominator, I want to factor 8 into primes. But 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. Now I want to multiply the numerator and denominator by the same thing. Both will be fifth roots. After 3, the next multiple of 5 is 5. So I want to multiply by 2 squared. After 9, the next multiple of 5 is 10. So I want to multiply by x to the first. What does that give me? In the numerator, I'll have 9 times 2 squared x y to the 7th. I'm not doing this multiplication right now because of the next step. Over fifth root 2 to the 5th x to the 10th. And now I take this fifth root and hopefully it works. Fifth root of 2 to the 5th is of course 2. Fifth root of x to the 10th is x squared. Now the last step. Okay, now what? Now we'll simplify the radicals in the numerator. So I'm going to need to write 9 factored into primes also. 9 is 3 times 3. Let's see. 3 squared doesn't have any power of 5 factors. 2 squared? Nope. X? Nope. Oh. 7 is 5 plus 2. So y to the 7th is y to the 5th times y squared. So I'll have fifth root y to the 5th times the fifth root of all the leftover stuff. 3 squared, 2 squared, x, y squared, all over 2x squared. And then taking this fifth root, I'll have y times the fifth root. And now I can do this arithmetic. 3 squared times 2 squared is 36. And my denominator, 2x squared. Now, the last step, there's nothing to do within this problem. If possible, we'll cancel any common factors outside radicals. So I'm going to give you one of these to try. Simplify this radical expression. Pause the video and try this now. All right, this stuff outside the radicals is just going to come along for the ride. When we combine the radicals, we'll have the x squared over 3 outside the combined radical. If you were stuck on that and didn't know what to do with it, pause the video again and continue from here. All right, so we will cancel the common factors. I see a common factor of x and a common factor of y. And that's it. So I'll have x squared times the 4th root 8x over the 4th root y to the 6th. And I won't forget the 3. Okay, to rationalize the denominator, I say, what do I need to add to 6 to get a multiple of 4? I'll need 2 more y's in the denominator. And up here, I have a 4th root y squared. So here I'll have x squared times the 4th root 8x y squared. And down here, I'll have 3 times the 4th root y to the 8th. So x squared times the 4th root 8xy squared over 3 times 4th root y to the 8th. I notice all variables are positive, so I don't need to worry about absolute values. 3y squared. And now I simplify the radical in the numerator. But I notice, well, 8 is 2 to the 3rd, so I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. X doesn't have any 4th power factors. Y doesn't have any 4th power factors. So the radical in the numerator, I can't simplify. The stuff outside radicals, no common factors. So I'm finished. And this is my answer.